Most people think society is built on kindness, fairness, and opportunity. But that's a lie told to keep the masses obedient. The real world runs on power, perception, and silent rules no one explains. Rules that punish the naive and reward the cold-eyed observer. You feel it every time someone talks over you, every time promotions go to the manipulator, and every time people pretend to love you but secretly fear your independence. Deep down, you know it. Society isn't shaped by truth. It's shaped by those who understand how humans actually behave, not how they pretend to behave. And the shocking part? You've been breaking these rules without knowing, and paying the price. This is the part nobody wants to admit. If you want to be unstoppable, respected, and untouchable, you must obey the invisible laws that guide every room, every relationship, and every opportunity. These 10 rules aren't about morality. They're about survival. They're about seeing through illusions people desperately want you to believe. They're about reclaiming the power the world hopes you never discover. If you're ready to stop being controlled and start understanding the brutal truth, keep watching. Power. That is the word most people fear. Pretend not to want or secretly chase until it destroys them. And yet, every day society uses invisible rules to shape you, manipulate you, cage you, and convince you that obedience is virtue. While the real players, the silent winners, break the rules you worship. You are praised when you sacrifice yourself, but forgotten when you fall. You are told to be nice, but punished for being naive. You are told to forgive, but mocked for your weakness. This is the dark side of reality. The world rewards clarity, not kindness. Strategy, not sentiment. Welcome back to Stoic Strategist, the only channel where philosophy meets psychological warfare, and where we expose the rules society uses to control you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and tell us in the comments where in the world you're watching from. Your voice matters more than you know. Today, we are diving into something most people will never understand until it's too late. 10 brutal societal rules you must obey if you want to become unstoppable. These are not pretty truths. They are not comfortable, but they are real. And once you see them, the world will never look the same again. People spend their whole lives begging for understanding, sympathy, and second chances. They cry when life hits them, hoping someone will say, "It's okay, I get you." But here's the truth polite society avoids. The world doesn't reward innocence, it rewards impact. You can be the kindest soul, the hardest worker, the one who always tries, yet still be ignored because results speak a language pain cannot translate. This is the brutal law of power. People respect outcomes, not effort. In the shadows of leadership, Machiavelli observed that society does not bend for those who explain, it bends for those who execute. Power moves in silence, and results make the loudest noise. You must free yourself from the childish belief that people will give you what you deserve. Nobody gets what they deserve. They get what they negotiate, what they force, or what they build. The world is a marketplace of dominance, competence, and leverage. If you are not producing results, you're just part of the background noise in someone else's story. And society has a habit of forgetting background characters quickly. This is why the strong become unstoppable. They treat execution like oxygen and excuses like poison. There are 2 types of people you'll meet in life: those who admire your results and those who resent them. Neither group truly cares about your suffering. They only care about what your success means to them. Some will want to learn from you. Others will want to tear you down. But both will react to only one thing: the undeniable force of your achievements. When you start producing consistent results, you stop begging for respect because results create their own gravity. People start orbiting around you. They start aligning themselves with you. They listen, they follow. In Machiavelli's world, and in ours, results are the currency of power. You can cry, complain, pray, hope, but until you produce something undeniable, the world stays deaf. So shift your life from explanation to execution. Let your results terrify your enemies and inspire your allies. Let your success make noise so loud that silence becomes your only explanation. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. I will stop explaining and start executing. My results will speak louder than my words. There are moments in life when speaking your truth feels righteous, but Machiavelli would look you in the eyes and whisper, "Your truth is your weapon. Stop throwing it away for free." Most people believe honesty automatically earns respect. It doesn't. In the real world, the world of power, betrayal, and human unpredictability, honesty can make you predictable, disarmed, and exposed. People don't always reward your transparency. Many will use it to calculate your weaknesses, predict your next move, or quietly destroy your opportunities. Silence, on the other hand, creates a fog around your intentions. It forces people to guess, overthink, fear, and respect what they cannot read. Silence is not emptiness, it is strategy. Silence gives you leverage. When you speak less, people reveal more. When you stop explaining yourself, others begin explaining you to themselves, and that is where power begins. Silence disrupts manipulators, confuses enemies, and keeps the curious at a distance. Even in relationships, silence can reset a dynamic faster than any argument. Why? Because people fear the unknown. Silence makes you unpredictable, and unpredictable people cannot be controlled. Machiavelli believed that if your enemy doesn't know what you are thinking, they cannot prepare for you. And if they cannot prepare for you, they cannot defeat you. Silence gives you leverage. When you speak less, people reveal more. When you stop explaining yourself, others begin explaining you to themselves, and that is where power begins. Silence disrupts manipulators, confuses enemies, and keeps the curious at a distance. Even in relationships, silence can reset a dynamic faster than any argument. Why? Because people fear the unknown. Silence makes you unpredictable, and unpredictable people cannot be controlled. Machiavelli believed that if your enemy doesn't know what you are thinking, they cannot prepare for you. And if they cannot prepare for you, they cannot defeat you. Honesty should always be a choice, not a habit, and it should never be given to everyone. You owe the full truth only to God, to your conscience, and to the people who have proven loyalty through action, not words. To the rest of the world, you owe nothing but your presence. When you talk too much, you shrink your value. When you become silent, your presence becomes heavier, deeper, and harder to ignore. People start wondering, what are you thinking? What are you planning? What do you know that I don't? That suspense is power. So keep this rule close to your chest. Your silence will protect you long before your honesty ever will. Don't speak to be understood. Speak because you have calculated that the moment is worth it. And if it isn't, remain silent and become untouchable. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. My silence is my power. I speak with intention, not weakness. In every conversation, every argument, every negotiation, and every relationship, someone is setting the frame. Someone is quietly deciding what matters, what doesn't, what is acceptable, and what is not. Most people never notice this invisible battlefield. They simply walk into a situation and let the other person tell them how to think, how to react, and how to feel. That's why weak minds always lose long before the conflict even begins. Machiavelli understood a brutal truth. Power doesn't start with action, it starts with perception. Whoever controls the frame controls the story, and whoever controls the story controls the outcome. Control the frame by refusing to fight battles you didn't choose. If someone tries to make you defend yourself, flip the spotlight. If someone tries to shame you, question their authority. If someone tries to emotionally corner you, redefine the meaning of the moment. Never argue inside someone else's frame. Escape it, rebuild it, and make them operate inside your rules. Think of politicians, leaders, and manipulators. They never answer the question that is asked. They answer the question they want to be asked. They bend reality until everyone else is forced to play their game. That is not arrogance, it is strategy. The frame is not about ego. It's about psychological direction. When you let someone define the situation, you surrender the emotional tone, the power dynamic, and the interpretation of your actions. People with weak frames apologize unnecessarily, over-explain, and live in reaction, always adjusting themselves to the mood of others. People with strong frames make others adjust. They slow down conversations. They set boundaries. They create tension intentionally. They stand on principles, not impulses, and slowly the room bends toward them. This is why calm people win. This is why silence controls chaos. This is why presence is more powerful than shouting. From this moment on, refuse to enter any situation without choosing who you are and what your position is. Don't react, define. Don't chase, redirect. Don't explain, declare. Decide on the energy. Decide on the story. Decide the meaning. Because if you don't control the frame, someone else will, and you will spend your life trying to break out of prisons you never realized you walked into. Frame control is not manipulation. It is mental self-defense. And without it, you will always be a character in someone else's script instead of the author of your own. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. I control the frame. I decide the meaning. My mind belongs to me. Respect is not something you request, announce, or negotiate for. Respect is a silent contract people sign in their minds when they realize you are not someone to underestimate. The world does not give respect to those who ask for it, only to those who create an atmosphere where disrespect feels dangerous. Machiavelli understood this deeply. The moment you say, "Respect me," you have already lost it. In that moment, you're no longer a force. They see your insecurity, your craving, your weakness, and weakness is blood in the water. The predators smell it instantly. To command respect without speaking, you must master one thing: presence. Not loudness, not aggression. Presence. The aura of someone who does not chase approval, does not beg for validation, and does not tremble at rejection. Presence is built from discipline, boundaries, and the courage to walk away from anything that tries to belittle you. When people see that you are willing to lose them before you lose yourself, that's when their tone changes. That's when silence becomes louder than any argument you could have started. The world respects people who are selective, people who don't tolerate nonsense, people who carry themselves like they know where they're going. Respect is automatic when others realize you are not afraid to be the villain in someone else's story. You are not afraid to disappoint. You are not afraid to say no. In a society full of people desperate to be liked, the one who refuses to bend becomes a legend. Machiavelli said rulers fall when they try to be loved before they learn to be feared. In modern terms, if people don't respect your no, they won't value your yes. Stop explaining yourself. Stop justifying every decision. Stop asking people to treat you right. When you enforce your standards without raising your voice, you become untouchable. When you remove yourself instead of trying to prove your worth, you rewrite the entire power dynamic. They will think twice before crossing you. They will adjust their behavior around you, and without demanding anything, you will get everything. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. I do not ask for respect, my presence commands it. People pretend emotions are soft, gentle, harmless things. Society teaches you to control your temper, calm down, be nice, and don't overreact. But that's because society fears people who understand the real truth. Emotion is power. The world isn't moved by logic, it's moved by feelings. Entire nations have gone to war because someone felt insulted. Marriages have been destroyed because someone felt ignored. Careers rise and fall on the emotions you trigger in others. The brutal reality is this: if you don't learn to control your emotions and weaponize them strategically, someone else will weaponize their emotions against you, and you will lose a battle you never even realized started. Most people walk around as emotional open books, predictable, reactive, and easy to manipulate. They get angry when they're expected to, sad when they're provoked, and jealous when they're played. They reveal everything without knowing it. Machiavelli understood that the person who controls their emotional display controls the room. When your emotions remain internal, but your expression remains calm, you become unreadable. Unreadable people are powerful. Why? Because others cannot predict your next move. They cannot plan against you. They cannot disarm you. A calm face backed by a storming mind terrifies manipulators. But emotional control doesn't mean emotional suppression. It means emotional calculation. If your sadness can earn you empathy, use it. If your disappointment can make someone rethink their actions, deploy it. If your silence can create tension, hold it. If your anger can shake someone into respect, release it with precision, not recklessness. You must know when to feel, when to show, and when to weaponize. This is not about faking, it's about strategic emotional intelligence. Emotions are energy, and energy can either be explosive or constructive, depending on who controls it. Here's the truth society hides. The person who understands their emotions becomes a strategist. The person who ignores their emotions becomes a slave. People fear emotional mastery because it exposes how easily they've been controlled their entire lives. But if you learn to command your inner world, no one can use it against you again. Your heart becomes your shield. Your mind becomes your blade. And your emotions become the weapon that ends battles before they begin. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. My emotions serve me. I will never let them be used against me again. Before we continue, pause for a moment and ask yourself a terrifying question. How many decisions in your life were never truly yours? Think about it. The job you chose, the people you trusted, the love you chased, how much of it was engineered by someone who understood the rules better than you? If these chapters are shaking something awake in you, good. Stay awake, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments, I refuse to be controlled again. Now, let's return to the truth most people are too afraid to face. Your reputation is the silent kingdom you rule long before you walk into any room. People decide who you are before you speak, before you explain, and before you defend yourself. They react to the idea of you, not the real you. That idea, your reputation, is your crown or your curse. Machiavelli understood one brutal truth. A man with a powerful reputation doesn't need to fight. The world fights itself, just trying to interpret him. But once that reputation cracks, even slightly, the vultures circle. People don't come for who you are, they come for who they believe you've become. Reputation is a weapon forged slowly and destroyed instantly. One whisper can become a narrative. One mistake can become a myth. One enemy can reshape your entire story with a single sentence spoken in the wrong ear. That is why a Machiavellian mind never allows others to define the narrative. You must be proactive, not reactive. You must shape the story of your name with intention. You must choose how the world sees you, because if you don't, someone else will create a version of you that benefits them, not you. Guard your name like a kingdom, with walls, allies, and consequences. Limit access to your private life. Do not overshare. Do not let your emotions leak into public view. Do not allow fools into your inner circle. Every king who fell did so because he trusted the wrong whispers. Your reputation must be protected not only from attackers, but from your own weakness. A single moment of misplaced vulnerability can undo years of disciplined strength. The world forgives many things, but it rarely forgives the shattering of an image. And remember, reputation is not about being liked. It's about being respected, remembered, and impossible to ignore. A good reputation opens doors. A dangerous reputation keeps enemies cautious. And a mysterious reputation makes the world obsess over who you truly are. Build a name that stands even when you are silent. Build a presence that commands even when you are absent. Guard your kingdom, because when reputation dies, influence dies with it. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. I guard my name like a kingdom. My reputation is power, and I protect it with discipline. There's a truth you learn only after life has beaten you a few times. Most battles are traps. They are distractions dressed in urgency, noise masquerading as purpose. The world will constantly try to pull you into wars that don't belong to you. Arguments, ego fights, petty competitions, emotional storms, and pointless conflicts designed to drain your energy. Machiavelli understood this long before psychology gave it a name. The person who chooses the battlefield controls the outcome. The person who reacts blindly is already defeated. You become unstoppable not by fighting everything, but by fighting almost nothing. Power comes from focus, not frenzy. Look around your life. How many times have you wasted hours arguing with someone who refused to understand you? How many times have you defended your name to people who weren't even important? How many wars have you entered just because your pride was poked? This is how weak men lose their destiny. through emotional impulsiveness. The world praises fighters, but secretly it respects strategists. The loudest people burn out early. The silent ones move like shadows and win the whole game. A lion doesn't respond to every barking dog. He chooses the prey that feeds him. Here is the brutal reality. People want you to react. Reaction gives them control. It exposes your fears, your insecurities, and your weaknesses. That is why they provoke you. Not because they are strong, but because they are afraid you will realize how strong you are when you stop reacting. Machiavelli warns, only enter battles where victory gives you leverage. If winning changes nothing, it is not a battle, it is bait. If winning doesn't make you stronger, richer, freer, or more respected, you didn't win. You simply exhausted yourself for nothing. Your life changes the moment you adopt this principle. If the war doesn't advance my power, I don't enter it. When you stop responding to everything, people begin to wonder what you're focused on. They sense your discipline. They sense your confidence. They sense your growing power. And suddenly, the world that once tried to provoke you now tries to avoid provoking you. This is how you shift from being controlled to becoming the one who sets the tone, the pace, and the battlefield. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. I will never fight battles that do not give me power. My silence and focus are weapons. People don't hide their weaknesses. They advertise them. They wear them on their faces, leak them through their tone, expose them in their fears, and confess them in the spaces between their words. But most people are too distracted, too emotional, or too desperate to be liked to notice. The truth is simple and terrifying. The person who understands human weakness becomes the architect of every room they walk into. Machiavelli said that the strongest man in the room is not the loudest. It's the one who sees everything and speaks nothing. Once you learn how to read people, you stop reacting. You start predicting. Watch how someone reacts when they are ignored. That tells you what they crave. Watch how they respond to pressure. That tells you what breaks them. Watch what they brag about. That tells you what they fear losing. Watch who they envy. That tells you who they wish they were. Weakness is never random. It is patterned, predictable, and painfully loud. And once you master reading these signals, you stop being surprised by betrayal, manipulation, love, loyalty, or power struggles. People become transparent. A weak person exposes themselves through their emotional leaks, their jealousy, their need for validation, their fear of abandonment, their craving for attention, their hatred for solitude, and their obsession with being seen as important. A strong person exposes nothing, but even the strong have cracks, hidden insecurities, old wounds, unspoken triggers, and desires they hope no one notices. The Machiavellian mind does not judge these flaws, it observes them. You don't exploit people, you simply never let their weakness control you. Dominance is not always force. Sometimes it is awareness sharpened into quiet precision. Your power grows every time you correctly read someone's emotional code. In friendships, this protects you. In relationships, it gives you clarity. In leadership, it gives you influence. And in life, it makes you unbreakable. Those who cannot read people remain victims of surprises. But those who can see weakness instantly, they walk into every situation with an advantage no one else can touch. The world becomes easier because humans become predictable. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. I see through people clearly. I understand patterns. I read truth instantly. There is a moment in every powerful person's life when they must confront the most uncomfortable truth about human nature. The more you desire something, the more the world will use it against you. Desire exposes your hunger. Desire exposes your weakness. Desire exposes your blind spots. And once people can see what you crave, validation, love, attention, status, approval, they know exactly where to press, where to manipulate, and where to control you. Machiavelli warned that the heart is the easiest cage to build around a man because people trap themselves with their own longing. You lose your power the moment you start needing things too deeply. Detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. Detachment does not mean you feel nothing. It means your feelings no longer sabotage you. It means you can love without begging. You can give without losing yourself. You can walk away without collapsing. Detachment gives you options, while desire chains you to outcomes that may never come. The person who can walk away always has more power than the person who cannot imagine life without something. This is why the calm, quiet, emotionally disciplined people always seem unstoppable. Their mind is stronger than their craving. When you detach from outcomes, people start chasing you. When you detach from validation, people start admiring you. When you detach from approval, people start respecting you. And when you detach from fear, the world becomes your playground instead of your prison. Detachment keeps your mind sharp, your emotions stable, and your decisions strategic. It turns you from a reactive person into an intentional one. Life stops dragging you, and you start steering it. Machiavelli understood, the less you need from people, the harder you are to control. This rule is simple but brutal. Want everything, but need nothing. Want success, but don't be desperate for it. Want love, but don't crumble for it. Want respect, but don't bow to get it. Power belongs to the one who can stand in a storm, untouched by the wind. Desire blinds you, detachment frees you. When you master this rule, you become the rarest kind of person in the world, the one no one can manipulate, intimidate, or predict. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. I want everything, but I need nothing. I am untouchable. There is a strange truth about human nature. We worship what is rare, and we overlook what is always within reach. The same principle applies not just to people, but to you. When you make yourself too available, you weaken your value. When you give too much of your time, energy, presence, or attention, the world treats you like a resource to exploit, not a force to respect. The greatest power is not found in constant action, but in strategic absence. The most dangerous person in any room is the one who appears only when it matters, not when they are needed. Because availability breeds comfort, and comfort breeds contempt. But here's the darker reality people never admit. We don't just become too available to others, we become too available to ourselves. We allow every worry, every distraction, every impulse, and every craving to interrupt us. We abandon discipline and call it flexibility. We say yes to every emotion and lose the war inside our own mind. If you cannot deny yourself, the world will never deny you anything. It will take until you break. If you do not set boundaries with your time, your energy, your desires, and your attention, you will be ruled by the chaos of your own mind. Machiavelli understood this. The person who cannot control themselves becomes easy to control. Power requires distance, respect requires scarcity, transformation requires self-discipline. When you learn to be unavailable to chaos, unavailable to negativity, unavailable to pointless drama, unavailable to impulse, and unavailable to cheap validation, you rise. People start to feel your absence and then respect your presence. And within yourself, silence becomes strength, discipline becomes identity, and focus becomes your new form of self-love. You stop leaking your energy like a broken pipe. You stop giving every emotion a seat at your table. You stop letting life drag you. Instead, you choose what gets access to you. If you want to be unstoppable, you must master strategic unavailability. Appear with purpose, withdraw with intention. Give access only to what builds you, never to what weakens you. Move like someone who knows their worth, because every time you make yourself scarce, your power multiplies. And remember, even lions sleep. Their silence doesn't make them weak, it makes them feared. Say and write this affirmation in the comments. I am rare, my presence is power, I choose who gets access to me. Power is not evil, but pretending it doesn't shape your life. That is the real danger. Most people drift through the world believing kindness alone will protect them. They think life rewards purity, honesty, and good intentions. But Machiavelli stripped away the illusion. He exposed the hidden rules, the quiet manipulations, the silent hierarchies, and the invisible social games that govern every room you enter. The Stoics knew this too. They didn't deny power. They mastered the self so no external force could enslave them. Machiavelli revealed the strategies of the world. The Stoics revealed the strategies of the soul. Together they form the brutal truth. You must understand both, or be crushed by either. Every society has rules. Most people obey them blindly. A few understand them deeply. And only a rare handful learn to use them without becoming corrupted by them. Remember this: power without wisdom is tyranny. Wisdom without power is slavery. The world shapes you every day. These 10 rules simply teach you how to shape it back. If you felt something shift inside you, good. That means your old self is dying, and a more aware version of you is being born. If this opened your eyes, don't walk away unchanged. Subscribe to Stoic Strategist right now. Turn on the notification bell, because the world runs on rules you were never taught, and missing one lesson may cost you more than you think. Comment below where you're watching from: your city, your country, your battlefield. And remember, you're not learning motivation, you're learning survival, influence, human nature, the dark mechanics behind society's smiling mask. Someone out there is already using these rules on you. It's time you learn them before someone uses them against you. More episodes are coming. Stay sharp, stay aware, stay powerful.